Well, hello. I'm Professor Godfrey, and I wanted to make a quick video about class business and questions that you might have. We will talk about grades, excel.byu.edu, and class, basically, how to succeed in the class. Quickly, grades. Without going into too much details, we were waiting on an auto grader tool, which I got and tried to configure. The problem is that Learning Suite has changed their website, and it basically broke our tool. So what I will do is I will do the old and tried tested true method of using VLOOKUPs by downloading the Learning Suite file and looking up your net ID in Learning Suite to the net ID in MyEducator. Now the problem with that is a couple things. One, it's not automated, which is a pain. And then two, I need your net ID. Most of you students, I think we had the instructions to enter in your net ID. Some of you entered in your student ID. What I would love for you to do is go to your account, and you can have as many IDs as you want, but only one active ID. Click on Student ID, and you can see here I had my original one, did some tweaking, but basically you want to have your net ID as your ID. I don't think the institution matters, just put BYU or Brigham Young University, but make sure you have your net ID in there, and then I can pull your grades and they'll be up in Learning Suite. Excel.byu.edu, that's another story. It's down for the foreseeable future. I don't have access to it, but the big thing we need in there is the Q and the TA schedule. The TA schedule is pretty easy. I can create a website, embed a Google Calendar on there you can go to, and we can point domain names if we need to, but wait a couple of days and we'll get excel.byu.edu working again, and then but unfortunately the queue won't be working at the moment. Lastly, the class. If you're struggling, if you're having troubles, if you're behind, if you're having issues, go work in the lab. The TAs are there. Often when there's no students, they're working on other side projects for different classes. They're doing work, reading, making websites, but their primary job is to help you. So if you're in there, you get priority help. So if you're struggling, go into the lab and say, hey TA, I'm struggling, I want some help, and they will help you. They're awesome. If you really want to succeed in this class as well, the trick is not to watch the videos, do all the readings, do all the practice. I mean, that's good. You'll definitely master the material. But if you're in a bind, this is what I recommend. You watch the video. You go to myeducator.com, you open up a lesson. On each lesson you'll have a video. You watch the video, and then basically you can skim the reading if you want, but if you're worried, if it's something hard, then you go down to practice and you do a practice assignment. But if not, if you think that you got it from the video, which most of you will, is go down to the final test your skills. And again, you have 2 submissions on these, and they're averaged, so feel free to jump in and just try it out. You don't even have to have it graded right away. You can just see if you get the concept, and you'll know generally if you get the idea, if you're doing well, you'll get a feel for it. And then if you're struggling, you can do more practice, you can read the assessments, but the idea is to watch the videos, and then if you are unsure, do the practice. If you're not unsure, if you feel confident, do the assessment. That's the best way to learn. Get your hands in, get them dirty, and that's how you'll succeed. If you need more help, there's more help there. Especially use the TAs if you're getting stuck. Lastly, contacting people. The chain of command is to use Google first, then your classmates if you can find them, TAs in person in the lab, then TAs in the email, and then professor in person. And then very last, professor email, just because I can't get to all of you quickly and you won't get the best service that you deserve. But the reason for TAs in person is because 1, they're there waiting for you to come, and 2, they can help you the fastest. You get the best service if you use the teaching assistants. And that's my thoughts. If you have more questions, my office hours are Wednesday from 1 till 3, and you can find me in the lab in 240 in the Tanner building. And if not, if that's booked, then you'll find me in 204 Wednesday from 1 till 3. I wish you the best, and we will get this working, and thank you for your patience with the grading issues.